Our grandfather moved to Butler County in 1917. He bought 40 acres of land and a house, and that was the beginning. And the next 30, 35 years, he bought, I think, 6 additional tracts, which included the land down here. And he mainly grew cows. He wanted a cattle operation, and this had some open land on the creek down here. It was real simple to grow trees back then. The cows kept all the undergrowth eat down, any kind of small hardwood trees, cedar trees, anything like that the cows ate. You cut and you left an open spot in the woods with sunlight coming in. Pine tree would drop a seed, the cow would stomp a seed in, pine tree would grow up, and it was real simple forestry back then. The cows left here after I went to college. The free labor went to college, and it wasn't too many years after that the cows got sold. What we term as Cedar Creek Plantation is about 2,150 acres. Of that, I think maybe 1,350 acres are in pine trees, or predominant pines. There are probably 300 acres that's predominantly hardwoods. We got 12 miles of streams and creeks down here. Each one has got a fairly large SMZ bordering on each side, and it's predominantly hardwoods on that. And then I think there are probably 200 open acres down here that are food plots or open bottoms. You know, being in a treasure forest, you have objectives. This is what I do, is grow trees. So we're a commercial tree farm. We grow trees, but primarily we sell trees. We sell trees for money, and that's the way I make a living, is doing that.
I can't take credit for any of this, but he has put a lot of hard work and time into this. If he presents anything, I know it's going to be good, so I just say okay.
This is a very diverse tract of land. If you look at a soil map, it looks like a patchwork quilt. If you look at a stand map for this place, it's a patchwork quilt. It's a pure challenge and sometimes a nightmare to manage. This was the last plantation that Peggy and my daddy planted. It was around 1986. That makes this about 29 years old. I thinned it one time when it was, I think, 14 years old. Then when Ivan came through, we had to salvage a little bit out of it. And last time, about 3 years ago, I came in and I did a marked cut. I marked the trees I wanted to take out. And so we've cut some trees out of it 3 times in 29 years.
Even though this is a commercial operation and our livelihood comes from this, all the management that John does here improves the quality of the environment here as well. Nobody is more environmentally conscious and good stewards of the environment as tree farmers are. We care about the water, we care about the trees, and the earth and the wildlife.
This is a summer wildlife planting, obviously corn. Would point out, you see it was no-tilled in. That's the creek right over there, right past those tree line is a creek, so we don't want to stir the dirt up next to the creek. But this obviously is late, but what we found, if you plant it normally, like you would in the springtime, by the time deer season gets here, the deer have eaten all the corn up. So this will mature, it'll be mature in October. And assuming it catches a few more rains, it's got a decent start, but it's got to catch a few more rains before it'll make.
How many acres?
We've probably got 20 acres of corn like this down here. We planted about 40 winter food plots last year, mainly small grain, clovers. We put some brassicas, some turnip type plants in there. I'm active in the Butler County Forestry Planning Committee, and we have a great camp every year that's gone on for 20 years now, that a youth camp where 6th graders come in and spend 3 days in the woods. A lot of times this is the only time these kids are exposed to it, and it's been going on long enough that some children of campers are now attending. Back 4 or 5 years ago, we had a regional tour down here. We were had a real good turnout. I think 175, maybe 200 people. Had a great tour. I do better one-on-one with people, and I like, big groups are efficient, but I've got friends that I have talked into, looking into treasure forest and looking into tree farm program, and have decided to jump out and buy some timberland, and they're thoroughly enjoying it now. Oh, there's lots of easier things to do, but I don't think there's anything any more enjoyable. Like I said, it's a labor of love down here.